Good morning. This is Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards. I've got my new card that I was going to show you. I promised I was going to show you this, how I made this card with the tea kettle. I used on this card the Tea Together, which is in the Occasions catalog, right here. It's in that catalog on page 49, and with a $50 purchase, I think it's $50 purchase, no, $100 in purchases, you can get the dies for free because it's in the occasions or the celebration on page, let's see, 17, right here. And I used this card as a flower pot. I thought it was really cute. The other stamp sets I used, for this little flower, I use, let's see, I use several stamp sets. In Every Season, that's in the annual catalog. It's right here. And then for this sentiment, well, here's this very vintage that I used for the flowers. This is a Hostess set, Host, in the annual catalog. I use, let's see, what did I use on this one? I don't think I used this one. Oh, I did use it. I used the butterfly on. I'll show you when I get to that, but I used this butterfly. And then for the sentiments, I used Beautiful Bouquet, and I couldn't have picked a better friend than you. And the happy birthday on this card. So let's get started on our card, and I'll show you. That's several stamp sets, but I have everything. This is real red. It's 11 by 4 1/4. Scored it 5 1/2. The front panel is 5 1/4 by 4, and I stamped from this Beautiful Bouquet the Thanks a Bunch, which is right here. And then I couldn't have picked a better friend than you for the inside. And there's that butterfly that is on this Beauty Abound stamp set. And this one is in the Occasions catalog as well. So, first thing I did was I stamped I tried to figure out where I wanted this on my card front. And so what I did was I stamped out the tea kettle and then cut it out. And then tea kettle has a little lid on it. I'll show you. And I didn't want the lid because I'm going to make it look like the flowers are coming out of the tea kettle. So I cut that part off. And then I set this on where I wanted it on the card. I kind of just laid it there, and then I stamped my image from the very vintage stamp set. Once I did that, then I laid this back down to see how it looked. And then I had to make sure I had room for my sentiment. And then I colored in the flowers and the leaves. And I used Stampin' Blends. And for this, because I thought the cherry cobbler on this one, I thought it looked closer to the red. So I used dark cherry cobbler for the roses. for the other flowers, I used Daffodil Delight, and then I used Granny Apple Green Dark for these leaves, and for these leaves I used the light, Granny Apple Green Light, and then this is Daffodil Delight, the dark. And I think that's all the coloring other than this butterfly. Oops. I stamped it, and then I used the dark cherry cobbler and the dark daffodil delight to color in the butterfly. I like this butterfly better than the other one. He seemed to have more interest. So, once I did all of that and got it all colored in the way I wanted it, then I just glued this piece to the front of my card. This card was fairly easy to make. I think there wasn't really anything hard about it. And I thought it turned out really cute. I really like bouquets in teapots. I think they look really cute. And then I colored this in with Pool Party. This is light Pool Party. And I just kind of highlighted some areas so it would look like, I don't know, China, I guess. I didn't want the whole thing blue. I just wanted a little bit of color, and I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but there's just a little bit of shading around the edges. And then I put quite a few dimensionals on the back because I wanted it to look like it had dimension, thus the dimensionals. So let's get that stuck on there. And then I'll show you how I did this part right here to make it look like the teapot was around the bouquet. So let's get this on there first. And for that, I used the Stampin' Right marker, the basic black. So you just kind of get this so that you can't see any of the flowers underneath, because you got to make sure it looks like the flowers are coming out of the tea kettle. So you just kind of like that. Then I took this, and it doesn't take much, and I used the fine point end, and I kind of just, if you look at this, I started here and kind of just went down and kind of like that, and then kind of made it look like it was kind of back there behind the flowers. I mean, like that. So once I did that, of course this one is kind of a pink color. Then I took my Pool Party, or I am going to take the Pool Party, and kind of colored in a little bit. So this doesn't take much, just a little, so it looks like the back of the tea kettle, or like that. So it has some shading back there. And I kind of wanted to make sure that, like on this side right here, that it looked connected. And over here. There. So that's how I did that. And so you can see that it looks like the flowers are inside the tea kettle. Then we can glue this piece to the inside. I stamped my bouquet here and colored it the same way I colored this on the front. And we can glue this to the inside. This is a perfect time for signing up to become a demonstrator, because during celebration you can get $175 worth of product for only $99 free shipping. And then you don't have an obligation to purchase, you know, for the $300 per quarter until after June 30th. And then you start that. So there's that. And then I took pearls, because I thought it would look pretty with a few pearls. And I put just three pearls on there, and they're all the small ones. So put one right here, and one right there, and then one more right here. And then I stamped the envelope with this stamp right here. I'd stamped it here. I opened up like this and stamped, and then I stamped just in the corner. And that's the card. This is a really beautiful stamp set. You can buy it as a hostess or host. I believe it's a $150 party, but I'm not sure. It's in the annual catalog. In the back of the catalog, it tells you exactly the criteria for being able to purchase that. You just have to host a party. And there's another card I made using that stamp set. And then I used the tufted embossing folder. I think you can see that. And I used Stampin' Blends, and I used the new stitched rectangle framelits for this. And then this is from the stamp set also, I believe. Yes. This is from right here. Anyway, I was hoping that you would enjoy this card. I have other cards that I'm wanting to show you. Let me put this up here so you can see all the supplies I used for this. And zoom in on that. I need some inspiration. Tell me what you'd like to see. I'm going to start making Valentine's cards. I thought maybe you'd like to see. Here's one of my Valentine's cards. There we go. I thought that. I used the tufted folder for that. These supplies came out of the Occasions catalog and the Celebration. This ribbon is free with a $50 purchase, and you don't have to buy out of the Occasions catalog. You can buy out of the annual catalog and make it add up. And here's the tufted embossing folder again. And then I thought this card was just adorable with the mice. I'm looking forward to getting the, isn't that cute? little birthday card. I'm wanting to get, let me find it right here. It's just a cute. And I think that that's the next free item I want to get are these frogs. I saw a really cute card putting this frog, I think he was fussy cut out, but he was sitting on the top of this mushroom. It was too cute. Anyway, that's my card for today. There's a lot of these, everything in this celebration catalog is free. Some are you have to buy $50 worth, and some you only have to buy, or you have to buy $100 to get them. And then this catalog is where I got most of the supplies for this, except this paper was free with a $50 purchase as well. But I used this paper and these hearts, these dies. There's just some really beautiful things in this catalog as well. So if you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like me to be your demonstrator, let me know. Send me an email to elainescustomcards@gmail.com, and you just place a $50 order and I'll send you these catalogs for free. So this concludes my card for today, and I hope that you have a blessed day and have fun creating. I'm finally pretty much over my cold, so things are looking better. All we need now is for it to stop raining. So you have a wonderful day, and until next time, happy crafting.